Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we're going to be looking at furniture within the Oaken Inn or the Whale Inn. There is an opportunity within these classifications itself for heroes that you can duplicate furniture. So what we mean by that is furniture can go much higher than the 9 of 9 that we traditionally see. And I do have a lot of heroes built in here that are much higher than that 9 of 9 furniture. You can even see the Awakened version of Shamira is at 22 pieces of furniture. Gwen is at 16, Iran is at 11, Awakened version of Entendre is at 17, and Lucius is at 24 pieces of furniture. That's right, you can build these up much higher than the traditional furniture, meaning you can go above and beyond. Now, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the guide from Rockaday, who really explains the modifier and the furniture that we get in here from the large, the medium, and the small furniture, and how we are adding the pluses in here. So let's hop over and look at this. All right, guys, so here is the furniture duplicates by Rockaday, VLab, and Arkman. Very intense guide. When it comes to Rockaday, he really leaves no stone unturned. It is incredible to see the content creation, even the time and effort to visually create this. It is incredible to see that we are still getting this super high quality guides from a few of the content creators. So what is it? When should you invest? For a lot of players, furniture duplicates you're not going to use. Once your furniture reach 9 on the same furniture, you're able to upgrade it further, going all the way to a 36 furniture, meaning that you have a +3 in all 3 categories over all 3 tiers of the furniture. Very important. Now, when it comes to stats themselves, haste, of course, still reigns as the ultimate highest priority stat within AFK Arena. When you look at piercing, magical pierce, physical pierce, they are adding straight damage to your hero. Crit rating, which is huge when we start thinking about the classes that are the damage dealers, it is really big. So looking at the hero, why you should be reading this, why you should use the guide. Hero rank shows where the hero is. Second column is where the hero's portrait based on the variety, which again, we'll look at this on the specific priority. And also game modes. Utility of the hero, like we cover with our tier list, makes a big difference. Something important to keep in mind is the further you enhance the furniture, the less you get. That is the why +1 is more important. Just like you've seen on Lucius, I was +2. You need to build them, and I'll show you exactly what we mean by building them one by one instead of going in there. Now, however, some duplicates are so strong that even the +3 is worth just going for. Absolutely looking there. So furniture strengthened, to simply do this, you have the top, the middle, or the bottom, or the large, the medium, and the small furniture, which are going to give you substats depending on what you build. Really looking at Walker, think before you invest, because you don't want to invest in Walker. Unfortunately, he is a hero. So of course, looking at the substats will give you the final priority. Very important to know. Now, base stats versus the advanced stats. This is where a lot of stats come in. When we start thinking of the bonus added or the multiplication factor in there, they have a fixed value. However, HP, attack, and defense are calculated separately, don't have the same impact. And that is the reason why when you're putting a lot more collections, a lot more utility, or a lot more investment into a hero like the Awakened version of Lucius, he's doing incredibly well because he is based on defense. Defense goes into the attack, and of course the attack goes into the attack. It's pretty cool. So when you look at the power-ups right here, this is why slight downgrades based such as attack, defense, and HP have value, or more advanced stats such as H and physical pierce, because they're calculated the same way, and we know those 3 are calculated different. So let's break this down, guys, and see exactly kind of what this looks like. So looking at the heroes, the investment guide, duplicate priorities, and the ranking. Now you notice ranking is the first one, even right here. We have the Awakened version of Athalia, which is this S+ tier, which is a very high rank, meaning this hero is used when we think of our tier list itself. This is one of the absolute top priorities. Now, when you look at good versus very good versus top tier, so if you're building this hero out specifically with the Awakened version of Athalia, the bottom furniture, or this is actually this is the large, this is the small, and I forget what they call this, but the bottom furniture is going to be the top tier that you want to build out first based on where you're at. Now, putting the Swords collection on this hero specifically benefits from the crit damage amplification in the crit, and I also love the time and effort to put the entire explanation. It is not like, hey, go ahead and invest in this hero. He really gives the effort and really shows you why you need to invest in this hero. And of course, starting to go through here, we have Gavison here, again, kind of very good average. So even if you went through a lot of heroes and just really focused on your top tiers, and then of course, looking at the priority of the heroes moving to very goods would make sense depending on who you have, because of course you don't want to build out a hero's furniture or really level up and prioritize duplicate furniture on a hero that is average, bad, or very bad, just because they have some other ones that are very good, such as right here with Aurelius, which S plus again is used and has a crazy amount of utility. Very good in the middle furniture, not worth at all for the bottom furniture. It is bad to invest in there. And then it is average with the top furniture. And this goes through a ton of them. Capable damage dealer when you get the plus 40. We did just get her up to the plus 40. Boosting her own attack rating makes a big difference, not only in the PvP aspect, but also all of the places that this hero is being used. When you look at some, Ulna, unfortunately, not being used a ton of places, really more with the immunity of the 9 of 9 furniture. Haste is good, which of course is this good, but overall doesn't seem super effective because she's only being used at this point. Really some PvP places, I think she's pretty much out of there, but also campaign formations absolutely being used. Now, some of the big SS heavy hitters, Liberta is in here, Demia is in here. Both of them very good investment on the furniture, taking it, much higher than just that regular 9 of 9 or the 3 furniture in each of these makes a big difference. Now we see a couple heroes in the B, a couple A tier heroes, and then we get into some of those top tier heroes. Again, Lavatoon, we have Lucilla in here, and you can see absolute top tier building it out right here with this middle branch. And then very good here in the bottom. Attack is excellent since Lucilla steals and shares stats based on the attack rating. Higher attack, gonna perform better. Now, some of the Awakened heroes we have seen, including right here with Lucius, and then of course the Awakened version of Belinda, we see very good in a couple spots, top tier even there with the Awakened version of Lucius, with the SP, defense into attack, crit block rating into crit, which makes a decent crit rating. For a strength hero, then crit damage resistance is turned into amplification. That is the reason why this is absolutely the top tier to build. And you can use this as an amazing guide. Make sure you go in and you bookmark these guides. These are guides that you have to bookmark because you're going to get to a point where even looking here with Jerome or looking at Palmer, very good for the furniture, top tier still being used in a ton of places. And even looking at some of the support heroes, their stats are translated into their abilities. Those abilities are amplified into other heroes, making them very important to build out in the entirety. And even coming down here, looking at a couple other ones, like the Awakened version of Sophia. Again, 2 very good. One that is very bad or bad, didn't fall in the very bad category. But again, the underrated crowd control that the unit has to stun enemies, as you can see from the example right here, really big into PvP. Not only the ability in the curse realm and also the PvP aspect with the crowd control, but very good with some of the furniture. And then of course, some of your basic ones. We have Villanelle in here, we have Naruko in here, and then still kind of average and very good with the Awakened version of Lucius. Now going on to the last one, we have the Awakened version of Leica, top tier, very good. Leica gets better with stats in all the duplicates. She is a rare hero. To get plus 36 might be worth getting, which I do agree with, I think, as a hero. And when you start thinking about the damage dealers, we're talking about the Awakened version of Leica, Athalia, when you look at Shamira, when you look at, a lot of those Liberta characters, when you look at here, they are used in really utility across so many aspects of AFK Arena. It works incredibly well. Going down here, a couple more S heroes. There is Shamira. Again, very good in a lot of different places. S plus right here, of course, going in with Ivan, good in there. And top tier right here with, of course, Gwen, absolutely a priority. When it comes to Gwen, the recent ABACs, which we're in right now, shows how powerful Gwen is. Gwen, as of today, is still the absolute top damage dealer within the Abyssal Expedition, breaking 22 to 24 billion damage on a boss, which is crazy, but you gotta have the crit, and that is where the top tier comes in. Then we have Lannon here. You can see another S+. And honestly, looking at a lot of the B heroes, you can see bad, good, very bad. These are heroes that I feel like would have a lot lower priority just based on stats themselves. How you should be reading this, you can see the top tier heroes in here. And then, of course, going in for the very good with the top tier, going to 3, and then good, very good. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a link down to this description. But honestly, me personally, looking at something like this, I would focus and really look at some of these really big S+ top tier heroes in here. Those are the ones that are going to see the most benefit and really see the most gameplay through a lot of different places. You still have a lot of S tier heroes that, again, are seeing a lot of utility in a lot of different content. But overall, there's a lot of furniture. Now, also, in addition to this, you also have to remember that getting a hero to a 3 of 9 or a 9 of 9, so just building out the basic, really priority, the basic furniture before you get into the point of building out, the duplicate furniture going past that 9 of 9. That is the reason when I personally build them, and I'm going to hop back over to the account. All right, guys, so here we are back in the Oaken, and I want to show you the upgrading of the furniture. So as you can see right here, we did pull one piece of mythic furniture for Lucius, so we could go ahead and upgrade this hero. Now, you don't want to use this upgrade all. If you use this upgrade all, it is going to randomly upgrade a piece of furniture based on Rakaday's list. We want to make sure we're clicking on the hero, and then we are upgrading this specific furniture. You can see small furniture we have max, which looking at his tier list again, we should have completed the hanging furniture. We have large, we have small, and then we have hanging. So this hanging furniture we're going to build out. But like we said, we want to build 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, which is exactly what you see here. Now, this is another place we are going to strengthen the defense rating, and we're going to use that extra piece of furniture we have right here. Boom, that is going to strengthen the, I believe that brings in a little bit more defense rate here, or no, it brings in a little bit more crit damage, resistance, I believe. So right there, defense rating goes to 11.9, crit damage to 4, and that brings this furniture to a +3, which is exactly how you build out the furniture. And again, thinking of the top tier furniture that you want to build within that list, you want to go ahead, you want to build out the top tier first, and then of course the good one, and then go on from there, so on and so forth, to build out these heroes. So all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.